Very good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the live trading session with myself, Giles Coughlin. And we're starting with action straight away in the market. Some heavy selling coming on Fed school speak. And we'll look at that. We've got quad witching today as well, which is a very interesting day when you have the expiry of 4 derivatives. So watch out for today. You can get amplified moves. That's what you can typically get in this quad witching day. Just check everything's okay and give folks 30 seconds or so to sign on in, then we'll get stuck into the session. You can see straight away here we've opened up with selling. I've been selling all morning, and I'm just up about 1,000, nearly 200 on the day, so just got to be careful to keep that today. I'll give it all away. Quite difficult. I've got a $20,000 target. I'm 1/4 of the way there, $5,000, $15,000 to go, so that's proving pretty challenging. Folks, hope everyone's doing all right. Let's just see drawdown. Okay, drawdown's maximum, which is at least something. Nice 5-minute. Oh, I wonder if you've got that. Were you going for that 5-minute one, Mark Anthony? That wouldn't have been a bad one at the 666.75. See those buyers trapped in the 5-minute. I just took a quick trade down to that value area on those buyers being trapped there. Just going to give folks another sort of couple of minutes, and then we'll get stuck into the session. A few things to cover today. From a fundamental perspective that we just need to make sure we've covered, because it's quite, at first sight, it looks like a quiet day, but it could be much noisier than you'd think by looking at the calendar. Without further ado, let's get stuck into the session. Now, if you look at the calendar for today, it looks quite quiet, doesn't it? We've had the retail sales and it looks like a dearth of activity, but don't be fooled today. We've got Trump speaking with Defense Secretary Hegseth at 3 o'clock UK, so that's 2 hours time. And there were some reports a secret report about how the US would wage a war against China was apparently leaked.
Just in text release now from Fez Williams says current modestly restrictive monetary policy is, quote, entirely appropriate. Says current rate policy fits with a solid job market and above target inflation. Says there is a lot of uncertainty in the economy and policy right now. Expects growth to slow in part due to lower immigration. Says Hodgson.
This is one of the risks, because we've got Feds Williams speaking at the moment, and he drew attention to the University of Michigan inflation print, so we're just going to listen to him.
A natural step for the US central bank to slow the pace of its balance sheet drawdown. Says no signs inflation expectations are becoming unmoored. And says data shows public believes near-term inflation will dissipate, and the economic data has been sending mixed signals. On the economy, it says it entered the year on a firm footing, whilst on the labour market, it says it started the year out better balanced.
Okay, so what he's saying is that inflation should keep going lower. He's kind of downplaying those strong University of Michigan inflation prints that we had. He said take a look at them, but he's just said now, like, oh, I think this will dissipate as we move forward. So he's playing that down, so that's good. You talked about the balance sheet runoff slowing that down. In other words, quantitative tightening is slowing. So that's more supportive for stocks, which is part of the reason why stocks rallied out of the Fed meeting, only to sell off, which is what we're expecting. Remember that slow growth, slowing GDP, that was the worry. That's been kind of the focus. Stocks continuing to sell off as we speak now, and there's just a little natural kind of pullback going on. If you look at this on... Let's have a look on that.
Recapping some of those Fred Williams remarks, just to cite the theme of uncertainty, says many different economic scenarios are possible right now. Hard to know how the economy is going to perform. On economic data, it says it has been sending mixed signals. They reiterate previous remarks that no signs of inflation expectations are becoming unmoored. It says data shows public believes near-term inflation rise will dissipate. On the balance sheet drawdown, it says it was a natural step to slow the pace.
Okay, see this technically. Prices moved up to the hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance, now selling off. Quite normal kind of pullback. This is a big area you would expect potential dip buyers with that trend line breaking. So this is a big target for sellers, just low. Volatility pushing higher, still underneath that 23 region, okay? But if obviously it pushes back to that region, then that could encourage another down leg, down towards that 5,500 and the S&P 500. So got heavy selling underway, and as I said, 4 different types of derivatives expire today: stock, futures, options, etc., etc. there's 4 different types that expire. That can mean volatility. It's not bullish, it's not bearish, it just means more volatile markets. So you just have to watch out for that kind of volatility in today's session. Could definitely be alert. Looking at the equity markets from the start across the world, you can see that, you know, sentiment is just weak. VIX moving up, Europe, DAX down, FTSE down, NASDAQ, Dow, S&P 500 all down in the futures market before the open. So sentiment is pretty weak. Economic calendar, not much on, but we have this Williams speaking now. Okay, he's just sort of stressed the uncertainty, which the markets hate uncertainty. So when markets are uncertain, they tend to sell. So that's what Williams has said. That's what Goolsby has said earlier, and particularly Goolsby saying, you know, we could have a misstep in monetary policy if we have to wait too long. The reason we're waiting is because tariffs. So they're not sure what impact the tariffs are going to have, and that's delaying their action and delayed their latest cut. Trump speaking with Defense Secretary Hegseth at 3. We've got Waller talking at some point today. Okay, right. He's going to explain why he was against the balance sheet slowdown. So most members said, let's just slow down our balance sheet runoff. Waller was against that, and he's going to explain why he was against that. So that can move markets today. So we've got a flurry of Fed speakers. We've got tariff news that's constantly in the background. We've got a Trump meeting with Defense Hegseth in the US, so there's defense worries. And there's this sort of rumor going around about Trump sharing a plan for war against China with Elon Musk. And it's just a reminder, one thing you have to remember is that major powers spend peacetime preparing for war. So that is just the reality, okay? Now, that is how, look at that. So those sellers have just captured those buyers here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of downside, but we've got a very big value area down here, which is a bit, we'll look at that in a minute. So I'm not interested in really selling here. But major powers spend peacetime preparing for war. So it's all about which will I have? You know, do I have access to oil? Do we have access to military airfields? Where can we push our military? Where can we use supplies? That's what major powers are spending peacetime preparing for, and out various war scenarios. So of course they'll be planning what to do in a war, but obviously that just raises the temperature between the relationships between the US and China. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on that. Okay, so tricky quad witching. Trump meeting with Defense Secretary at 3. Fed's Waller, and got Fed's Williams kind of potentially still speaking now, and Goolsby has also stressed the uncertainty for the Fed. Sentiment is clearly down. We're obviously in a fast trend lower, and we're looking for opportunities to sell. I was selling on this, and just want to show you something here. Notice on the 15, right? Do you see how this, Brett and Mark? Do you see how, and I know you know this, Mark, because you pointed this out to me the other day, right? So I know you know, but I just want to point it out. Do you see how we had a value area sort of low from yesterday? So price broke down to that value area low, now retesting it. Now this is a great area to short from, okay? And I was taking shorts all morning from this kind of area. And then I saw another opportunity when I came back just before the session started, just getting ready for it. And I saw this great opportunity here. Sellers, right, trapped these buyers here. And when those sellers trapped those buyers, look at the volume. So there was the highest delta since that down leg this morning came 12:15, and you see here, it eclipsed the volume for the upside and the downside. And that means those buyers, these buyers, those buyers all trapped on volume. So it's not a surprise that then this just sold off, and look at the volume that was coming in. And as I can see that was coming in, just took a series of shorts as we were moving lower and just taking little chunks as we went. You can see here, look, those buyers trapped. Look on the 5 minute, that was the trigger for me. 5 minute guys, trapped, entered one position, second position once the closed, moved down, exited, and then had another opportunity here. See, sellers, right, on volume, right, sellers on volume, trapping these guys, and then sell into that value area low. Or maybe I could have held it a little bit longer. And then finally, another opportunity when we had these buyers, right, trapped here and just ran it down to the value area low. Okay, and now we can see, look, even that here, 5 minute trapped, continuing its way down. So in a very aggressive trend lower, very aggressive. So that's what we got. We got about 14 minutes to the open. Hope that's clear. Looking for opportunities to sell, but a couple of things to point out. Look at the inventory here, right? So value area low is up, inventory is down, so it's negative. There's clearly sellers, we can see that. We can see here buyers trapped up at the 673. We can see down here big value area low, we're trying to break through. Right, this is on the weekly chart. And then the next value area we've got is down here. It's got that one there. The next big one is down here. So we've been just slicing through these value areas. So again, looking at a retracement is attractive if we get one. We can see here, we've got these buyers getting trapped, but we've got these lows here. So we need to watch out for those lows. If we break down through those lows, then we're looking for breakouts. On the 15-minute chart, see, we're now in a very big value area, right? Just this value area here, low, value area low. So this whole area is very big value area, but selling from up here makes sense. Bucket the fix 5673. So I'm happy to sell at the 5673 should we get a back up there. Okay, that would be my opportunity. So I'm going to put a sell order in. Where would I get out? I get out if we go back above 5679. All right. So just looking for a sell, a bit lower, 567150, and see if we can carry our way down. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for as we head into the open. All right, folks, I'm just going to go make myself a cup of tea. Happy Friday to you both, and I'll be back for before the open. Okay, see you in a bit, folks. This is a big value area just sunk into, so be interesting to see how we manage through there. Here it is on the hourly. Guess the weekly's got a little bit of room to run, really. Okay, weekly does say a little bit more room to run. Well, it does show how aggressive that trend is, doesn't it?
Williams does know Fed's 2% inflation goal has served the Fed very well.
All right, I might have another crack at this if we trap these buyers here. Let's have a look. Oh, I think we are going to. See if we get a quick rundown. All right, I'm going to enter now, and I can always get back out if I need to. See, do we get the close? Have a look. There we go. Get a bit of a drop. See those buyers getting trapped. Okay, here we go again. Let's see what we can get down to. So I'm in on that just before the open. We're coming into this value area low here, so not a bad area for potential profit taking. I've got to be careful on this one. We've really got to the end of it all. Right, just going to give it a little rundown. See if we get it.
And Williams here, largely reiterating what we've heard previously, but it does note it is key to think about longer-term impact of government policy changes.
Okay, I'm just getting out. It's taking too long. Gave it a chance. We've got the open coming up in a few minutes, so just leave it and reset again. We've got these. I'm careful because this is a big value area and we could see a bit of a pickup from here. Happy to sell if we go back up to the 70. Let's just see how we do. Okay, yeah, nice green day, very nice. March 21st, Friday, quick recap of what we were doing. So bottom line, closing the day 3,400 up. It was a day for selling. Negative sentiment came in early in Europe. So sell, sell, sell. And then when we came into the US Open, looking for opportunities to sell. So as soon as we got the open,
US President Trump says that NATO is solid and strong and they have to treat the US fairly. Trump says he's having good discussions with Zelensky.
We had those sellers trapped just before the open. So buyers trapped, took an initial short quickly into the open. Then as soon as we had the open, I was looking to enter short positions. So as soon as we headed up back towards that value area high, entered 3 positions in, 1, 2, 3, and then took them off as we moved back down lower. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was a great start. Then same again, looking up at that value area high, looking to short, great opportunity, went short. Probably got some 5-minute buyers trapped there, went short there. Got some 5-minute buyers probably trapped there, went short there. Tried to go another short down the bottom. Obviously conscious that I was at the lows of the day, so quickly closed that. Then took another short as we went higher. Honestly can't quite remember what I was doing there. It was probably these buyers trapped. So trap buyers moving lower into the trap buyers back into that value area low. Then started to see some buyers get trapped up at that level, false breakouts. So going lower, a couple of positions back down to the value area low. Then took a couple of longs with just delta starting to build, starting to pick up. And there was a very obvious 15-minute range breakout trade at that 15-minute range. So as soon as I saw the 5, 6, 7, oh, there's some selling going on. As soon as I saw the 5, 7, 5 come in, good opportunity to go long. Took a couple of longs there on volume, and then tried to dip buy originally with the delta positive trap sellers here at the 15. That made sense. Tried to dip buy, had a fiddle around with a few different positions before settling on shorts, and then shorted out of these buyers being trapped. You can see on the 5-minute chart it was much easier because you could see as these lows got taken out here with those buyers, and then 2 positions short down to the bottom. Was looking on the 15-minute chart, final trade of the day, as these buyers trapped point of control. If I hit that point of control, I was looking to short, just failed to get my fill, and that's the end of the day. So end of the day plus 3,426. Very active because I'm having to try to get £20,000 profit on this account, which is proving quite a challenge actually. So having to be very, very active. I'm just seeing if it shows. I can't quite get the report up. All right, folks. Paul will be back from his travels, so that he's scheduled to be back. So great. Take care, folks. See you soon. Bye for now.